Welcome to your Love from Head to Toe practice. We are going to do different poses through the course of this practice from our toes to the top of our head. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. You might like to sit on a blanket like I am here to lift your hips up. Then you can take the right hand under the right hip, move the skin out. Same thing on the other side. Get nice and grounded to start. You're going to have your legs crossed here, or if you'd like, you can go ahead and extend your legs. We are going to get to legs extended in just a moment anyway, so it's totally up to you. We're going to start here, and if you'd like, you can gently close the eyes or just find something to look at on the mat in front of you. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. As you go along, you're welcome to sigh out the exhale. And after your third exhale, whenever that comes, you can open the eyes again. And I'm going to share the quote for our practice, which is from Clarissa Estés. The body is a multilingual being. It speaks through its color and its temperature, the flush of recognition, the glow of love, the ash of pain, the coldness of nonconviction. It speaks through the leaping of the heart, the falling of the spirits, the pit at the center, and rising hope. So we'll move from here to some work with the feet, legs extended. And then you can just begin by pointing and flexing the feet here. A few times, and if you have any limitations in the feet or the ankles, you just go as far as feels good. Now we'll keep the feet still, and we're just going to bring the toes back towards us, then the whole foot. Then the toes only point forward, so they sort of curl forward, and then the whole foot points forward. So we'll do 2 more like this. Toes back, foot back, toes forward, feet forward. 1 more. And if you get lost somewhere along the way, don't worry about it. And then we're going to bring the feet back to center and just take the toes wide and bring them back together. So bringing a little bit of flexibility and mobility to your feet is helpful for everyday walking, as well as preventing any potential falls, strengthening the feet. So last thing we're going to do here with the feet, we're going to just play with bringing just the big toes back towards you. So the 4 toes point forward and then reverse. So sometimes people look at their toes here and they're just like, my toes aren't moving. So if that happens for you, you can always bring your hand to your foot and just manually move the toes, and sometimes that wakes them up a little bit, and you can do it once they kind of know what to do. So wherever you are with that, we'll let it go. Just kind of shake out the feet. You might like to windshield wiper the ankles side to side. And then from here, we're going to come on to hands and knees. So I'm going to turn to the side, but you can just come right front on your mat. You might like to unfold your blanket here, have it under the knees for a little bit of extra cushion, depending on how cushiony your mat is and what your knees feel like today. So we're going to come on to hands and knees with knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders here. And then what we're going to do is cross one foot over the other. So you're kind of bringing the front foot onto the arch of the back. And then you sit back a little bit, just giving some pressure to that bottom foot. Then we'll come up and switch. So other foot comes on top of this bottom foot, and it just gives it a little bit of pressure. It's not a huge sensation that you're looking for. Come back up. Now we'll stay here. Inhale, lift through the sternum, lift the tailbone. Head stays in line with the spine. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, round the back. So we're going to go 2 more times like this. Inhaling, lifting the sternum and the tailbone. Exhaling, tucking chin to the chest. You can always come back to our seated position and do this same motion from seated if that works better for your knees. After your third time, we'll come back to center And then from here, we're going to come around again, and we're going to come up to standing. So you can move your blanket here. We won't need it right this second. We're going to bring the 2 blocks to the top of the mat. So once you've got those here, we're going to come and stand behind the blocks. And we'll inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, arms by the sides. So we're not adding on any additional movement yet, just working with the arms. Let's do one more like this. And now we'll add on. So we'll inhale again, arms come overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, bring the hands to the blocks, head releases down. Now here's where you get to check in. So if your legs are working towards straight, or they are straight here, you have some slack in the elbows, that tells you could dial the blocks down a notch. Head again releases down. Next inhale, come on up. Exhaling, arms by the sides. So we'll do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. So same thing here. If the belly's feeling compressed, you can step the feet a little bit wider. And if you notice the legs are straight, then you could also, with the elbows bent, maybe dial down again. And if you get there and you're like, meh, this isn't working, you just come right back. Up to you. Your next inhale, you press through the feet, come on up. Exhaling, arms by the sides. So now we're going to take our blanket, and from this folded position, so it's a little bit long, you're going to roll it up. So you just kind of make a tight roll, and you might like to start just coming about halfway, so not rolling it the whole way. And then you're going to bring it right behind your blocks and come to stand with your toes on the rolled part and your heels on the bottom. So this is going to give us a little bit of an extra stretch in our calves as we work our way from toes to head. So now we're going to inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Now as you come down with this extra stretch in the calves, you may find this is still the right block height. Or you might want to come up a little bit so you can focus more on the calves. If this is too much of a blanket roll, you step off for a moment and roll it less. Or vice versa, if you feel like you could have more, you come off and roll back up. Head is releasing down here. And on your next inhale, we're going to press through the feet. Come on up. Exhale, arms by the sides. So now we'll move this blanket out of the way. Readjust your blocks if you had moved them. And now again, we're going to inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Now we're back to where we had originally started, so you can check in again. How's that block height working for you? Moving it as needed. Now from here on an inhale, we're going to come halfway up. Exhale, fold, take a full breath. Now you can step your right foot back, coming into a lunge. So we're going to work into the hip flexor a little bit here. You can always step the left foot a little wider to make some more space, if that would be helpful. And now we're going to begin to shift the hips back. You can walk the hands back on the blocks, straightening through the front leg. Your back heel may come towards or even to the ground, but we're really focusing more on the front leg here. Now we're going to, again, shift the hips forward, come back to the lunge, then turn the back heel down so that it's fully planted, and that happens by turning the toes out a little bit. And you're going to rise up slowly, hands on the hips. Once you get here, inhale, arms come up overhead. Now we're going to come right back. So we're going to come down, hands to the blocks. And again, hips shift back, front leg works towards straight. And your next inhale will bend again through the front knee, turn the back toes forward, step the back foot to meet the front, pause in a forward bend, and then inhale all the way up, exhaling down. So let's do that all again to get our other side. We'll inhale up, exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, come halfway up, exhale, fold. This time left foot steps back. And we start again with the lunge. So you can always step the right foot a little bit wider. Now hips shift back. Back heel moves towards the mat. You might walk the hands back a little on the blocks. And your front leg works toward straight. If you know you have a tendency to lock the knee, and by that I just mean really push the knee back, keep a little micro bend here to keep the knee safe. Next inhale, we bend through the front leg, turn the back foot down so it plants. Then come on up, hands to hips. You can just leave the hands here on the hips, or if you'd like, arms can reach up overhead. Shoulders drop down. And now we'll fold forward again. Hands to the blocks. Front leg straightens. Then we bend through the front knee, turn the back toes forward, step the back foot all the way forward, pause. And then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, arms by the sides. Okay, so now we're going to step to the back of the mat. And I'm going to step onto this other mat. You can turn and step wide, up to you. Either way, the feet are going to come 3 to 4 feet apart. Hands are on the hips here. Now we're going to turn the left toes in about 30 degrees. Right leg and foot is going to turn out 90. Your torso is still facing forward, even though it may like to turn towards the front leg. So from here, we're going to inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten the leg. And you can look down as you go here, tracking your knee with your second toe to help keep the leg in alignment. I'd rather have you come less far in alignment than further not in alignment. So next time you're through the bent knee, hold it right there. If you'd like, you can reach the arms out shoulder height, palms face the floor. And keeping everything stable, then you could turn the head, look over the front fingertips. Now from here, we're going to bring the hands back to the hips, turn the toes to face forward, and we're going to fold forward here. So a little bend in the knees, tip forward. Hands can come to the mat. You can always grab one of your blocks and bring your hands to the blocks if you'd like. Head is releasing down here. And now we're going to shift a little bit side to side. So we'll work a little bit with the inner leg. You can turn the right toes a little to the right. And we're just going to shift down here. If you have any discomfort in the left knee, bend the knee. Then we'll shift other side. So sometimes maybe you know this is a runner stretch. I obviously don't run. But that's what we're doing here. Your next inhale will press through the feet. We're going to come on up. Hands on the hips. Other side. Right toes turn in. Left leg and foot turns out. So again, you can check and see here your own little alignment guide. Knees tracking with the toe. Moving on your breath. And then next time you're through the bent knee, you can hold it. If you'd like, arms reach out. Once the body is stabilized, then you turn the head, look over those left fingertips. And from here, we'll bring the hands back to center and the feet turn back to parallel. And we'll just kind of heel toe until you can step the feet comfortably together. So now we're going to use the wall behind us, and we're going to do a little standing twist. So you might like to be a few inches away from the wall. I'm probably about 4 to 6 inches away from the wall. You stand perpendicular to it, little bend in the knees here, and now you're just going to gently twist to the wall, bring the hands to the wall. So this might be perfect. You can stay right here. If you feel you could twist a little more, you can bend the elbows, move in towards the wall. You could even walk the hands a little bit further over. Now we're going to unwind, coming back, and to get our other side, we're just going to turn around. So here we are, about the same distance away from the wall, a little bend in the knees to protect them. Then we turn, hands to the wall. Take a moment here to see what difference, if any, you feel from side to side, and decide if you want to stay here, if you want to bend the elbows a little bit, or even walk the hands over. And now we'll come back to center. We're going to stay here for the next one. So same position. We're going to bring one hand to the wall, and now you're going to keep your feet stabilized. Shift your hips away from the wall so you start to feel some stretch in this outer hip. So you may need to adjust, come in more to get a little bit more stretch, or come further away for a little bit less. So up to you. And then we'll come back to center, and other side will turn around. So kind of gauge about what was the right distance for you for that last one, and we'll start there this time. Hands to the wall, hips shift away. And again, you could step in closer or further away. And now you can come on back to center. We'll turn around and we're going to step again behind the blocks. So if you had moved them, you can bring them back. When you're ready, we're a few inches behind them. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. We'll take a full breath here. And then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, arms by the sides. So let's do that again. Inhaling up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. So we've done a lot of work with the spine and a lot with the legs. So we're going to move up a little bit more. We're going to get into the shoulders next. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. So with the arms by the sides, you can just begin to do some slow shoulder rolls here. Choosing one direction first, it really doesn't matter which one you go first. And then we're going to reverse the other direction. And now I'm going to turn around just so you can see what's going to happen with the shoulder here. You can stay in the same position. So we're going to reach one arm out. Turn the arm so that the palm face is behind you. And then you're going to tuck that hand just wherever it comes. No need to force it. Once you get here, we're going to gently roll that shoulder back. And that may give you a little more space. And you could even bring the other hand and help it over. So we're going to stay here, pressing through the feet, bending through the knees, lifting through the sternum, inviting this shoulder to open. And then if you have your right arm behind you, you're going to take your left ear to your left shoulder. So we're at the shoulders and working into the neck. And we're going to bring the head back to center, reverse, go the other side. So I'm going to release this arm, and you might like to just let it dangle by your side for a moment. Then other side. So other arm comes out, palm faces behind you. Then you tuck that arm just wherever it happens to come. Once you get here, shoulder rolls back, and you can move the hand over. You can even grab this arm and help it. So we'll stay here. And now, if you have the left arm behind, right ear to right shoulder, or whatever your opposite is. Taking a few breaths here, just stabilizing through the feet. And now we're again going to bring head back to center, arm releases, dangles by the side, and we will move on from there. So again, we're going to come behind the blocks, and we're going to revisit when we did the leg stretches before, adding in our new shoulder mobility. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Noting what differences, if any, you feel as you go along here. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Take a full breath. Now, right foot steps back, coming into the lunge. You can step the left foot over a little bit if you'd like. We won't stay quite as long as the first time. We'll go ahead, shift the front leg towards straight, back heel moves towards the mat. Then we'll come through the lunge again, bending through the front knee. Turn the right toes out so that they plant down on the mat, and then slowly rise up. Hands to hips. So from here, we're going to take the arms out to the sides. Really reach through the fingertips here, and then arms can come up overhead. Then we'll bring arms by the sides, tuck the left arm behind just like we did a moment ago. Then we'll release that arm. We're going to come right back down to the blocks. Left leg works towards straight, and then right toes face center, and the whole back leg steps up. We pause in the forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, arms by the sides. So one more time, we'll get our other side. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Now this time, left foot steps back. You could step the right foot over a little bit if you'd like. Bending through the right knee. Now hip shift back, right leg works towards straight. Left heel comes towards or to the ground. And now again we shift forward, bend through the front knee. Turn those back toes down, plant them down. Come on up. Arms out to the sides. And up. And they come down, and their right arm tucks behind you. And we're going to come right back to the blocks. Turn the back toes forward, step all the way forward, pause in the forward bend. Now we inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, come all the way up. Exhaling, arms by the sides. So we're going to come back down to seated on the mat now. You can move your blocks out of the way. Unroll your blanket. And if you'd like to sit on it, you are welcome to do that. You can come into any comfortable seated position here. So we've worked from our toes to our shoulders and neck. Last thing we're going to work on here is just a little bit of releasing of the jaw, which is a place where many of us hold tension. So you can take 2 fingers of your right hand and just do a little bit of a circular massage around the jaw. You can open and close the mouth as you go. If you know you hold tension in your jaw, if you grind your teeth at night, this might be sensitive, so just go gently. And then we'll do the other side. So 2 fingers of the left hand. And when you feel complete and even from your other side, you can release that. And now we're going to come to lay down on the mat. You might like to move this blanket so that it comes under your head, acting like a little pillow. Or if not, you can just lay directly down on the mat. Once you come down, start with your knees bent and your feet flat on the mat, comfortable distance apart. If you'd like, you can rock the knees a little bit side to side, releasing the low back. And then you can slow that movement down, coming back to center. And if it feels okay for your low back, you can extend one leg and then the other. If you get there and you don't really care for that feeling, you can always rebend the knees. If this is working for you, we're going to do a whole head to toe stretch. You can just reach the arms overhead, maybe point through the toes like we did at the beginning of the practice. And this is your time to make any other movements that would feel good to you, anything that your body's asking for. And then as you're ready, you can slowly come back to center. And we're going to settle in for our relaxation. So again, making sure the low back is comfortable, legs are extended, or knees are bent. Now let's take 3 deep breaths here like we did at the beginning of our practice. And again, you're welcome to sigh out the exhales. After your 3rd exhale, whenever that comes, you can turn your attention to your feet. And now we'll move our relaxation from toes to head, making any little movements that would feel good here through the feet. And the feet can still. Same with the legs. And the legs can still. Now moving to the arms and the torso. And they can still. Finally, moving to the face, you might like to open the mouth very wide here. Breathing naturally through the nose. And then the mouth can slowly close. So we'll drop in here just for a minute or so of Shavasana. And you can always stay longer if you like. Let's take 5 more deep breaths here. After your 5th exhale, whenever that comes, take a moment to notice how you feel. And now you can gently begin to roll to one side. You can use your bottom arm as a pillow if you'd like. Pausing there. And then come on up to seated. You can come into any comfortable seated position. If you'd like, you can fold your hands in front of your heart. We'll just take one breath together here to close out. So as you're ready, we'll inhale and exhale. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.